After An Innocent Man, I married and had a baby. We had a child. And I was at the point where I was kind of tired of the process of recording, writing, recording, touring, writing, recording, touring. Didn't really have much of a life. And at that point, I wanted to have a life. Once that baby was born, I wanted to be home. And I hear in the writing on the bridge a certain reluctance to continue. There are some hints on that album about my relationship with my kid. One song was called Temptation. People thought it was about a woman, but it was actually about my baby. There are some not well-written songs in there. I was in a hurry to get it over with. And that would be similar to the process that happened with Street Life Serenade. The bridge has some good stuff on it, but I can also see that there's weak material on that album as well that I'm not that proud of. Yeah. We walked on the beach beside that old hotel. I wanted to write an atmospheric wintertime song. And to me, there's almost nothing as atmospheric as being on a beach in the middle of the winter. It's completely deserted and it's cold, but there's an atmosphere to it. You hear the gulls, wah, wah, the waves crashing, and it's very lonely, but it's also very evocative. And I wanted to kind of capture that with the song, which is why I wrote this at the time. A Matter of Trust. I wrote that in mid-'80s. I'm actually trying to sing like Robert Palmer. You know, if I was down home, your mind is not your own. He hardly opens his lips when he sings. I'm gonna kill, and you'll be mine. I like his singing style. He doesn't really pronounce his words, but he kind of grunts them. I wanted this to be a song that was empathetic to a woman, but also kind of rough. Like, I Know You Had It Rough. Let's see, how does that go? Some love is just a lie of the heart. What remains of what began with a passion is done. So it's similar in the intention as An Innocent Man, where the lyrics say, I know you've been betrayed, I know you've had, lovers who've been, let you down. I'm not that guy. And it was the same thing with The Matter of Trust. I want you to trust me. I know you've had it rough, but I'll do my best to prove it to you. Baby Grand, I was told by Phil Ramone that Ray Charles actually wanted to do a recording with me with with a song that I had written. So really, basically, the unsaid thing was, so write a song for Ray Charles. And I thought, how do I write a song for Ray Charles? Oh my God, he's the greatest singer ever. He's my hero. And I thought, what do I have in common with Ray Charles? He's blind. He's from Georgia. He's been through the whole, black experience. I'm just this white kid from the suburbs. What do we have in common? Wait a minute, we have the piano in common. We're both piano players. So we got that. That's the touchstone. And I had just had my first child. Alexa had just been born. And she was my baby. And I thought, maybe, wait a minute. I got a baby. We got a piano, Baby Grand. And it just started coming late at night. When it's dark and cold, I reach out for someone to hold. When I'm blue, when I'm lonely, she comes through. She's the only one who can. My Baby Grand is all I need. In my time, I wandered everywhere around this world. She would always be there. Any day, any hour, all it takes is the power baby grand, it's been good to me. Oh, like, this is what we have in common. I know Ray's had woman troubles. I've had woman troubles. All men have woman troubles. But if you're a piano player, women might come and go, but that piano will stay there. That piano ain't moving. And that'll always be there. And I thought, this is, good subject matter for two singers. He was a very, very soulful guy and played great piano. I did a recording with him. I did a song called Baby Grand. I wrote it for Ray Charles. Ray Charles had been working with a guy named Quincy Jones, great producer. Quincy was friends with my producer, Phil Ramone. And Quincy got the word to Phil that Ray would like to do a recording with Billy. I said, oh, fantastic. What does he want to do? He said, well, he'd like to do one of your songs. So I heard that and I went, wait a minute. I got to write a song for Ray Charles. So I wrote this song. I had just had a baby. My daughter Alexa had just been born at that time. And I thought, okay, what have I got in common with Ray Charles? Okay, piano. Wait a minute, I just had a baby. Grand piano, baby grand. My baby grand. And I wrote this song, it came pretty quick. I sent the demo over to Ray, and I was waiting on pins and needles to hear back if he liked it or not. He called the recording studio while I was there with Phil, and Phil got on the phone and said, hi, Ray, how you doing? Because he knows Ray. And I said, well, does he like it? Does he like it? He goes, we'll get on the phone. I got on the phone with Ray Charles. There it was. On the other end of the line is Ray Charles. I said, well, how'd you like the song? It's great. Let's do it. And I heard that and I almost wept. I said, oh my God, Ray Charles likes my song. We did the recording session out in Los Angeles, Evergreen Studios. And I was waiting for Ray to show up. And when he comes in the room, he looks exactly like Ray Charles. It's kind of overwhelming. It's like the Washington Monument walking into your house. And I said, oh my God, that's really Ray Charles. He actually is here. He must have liked the song. And I was very nervous when we were doing the session at first. So Phil Ramone called me back into the control room. He goes, listen, don't try to overcompensate. You guys should start out just playing the piano, which we did. That's how we started the... Late at night, when it's dark and cold. We recorded the vocals afterwards, but we started just doing the piano part. I was playing kind of block chords, and Ray was playing a lot of the bluesy filigree stuff. And it was fun. I actually got relaxed from being a piano player with Ray. And the session worked out really well. I still love that song very much, Baby Grand. I wrote Big Man on Mulberry Street when I was writing the Bridge album. I had a studio in the Puck Building in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, right off of Houston on Lafayette Street. And I would work in my studio up in that building, and then if I was stuck, I'd walk to lunch. I'd go on Mulberry Street around the corner in Little Italy, and I'd stroll down to a restaurant, walk in with my notebook, sit down at a table, order a glass of wine, and I would look like a songwriter. So that might maybe jumpstart a song, because I didn't have much. And I just sat there and went, well, what about this character who's in the neighborhood who's like a nebbish? He's kind of like a little schmendrick, and he really thinks he's a big shot, like all the, the mob people that actually are. Like a loser guy, but he's living in his own head. And I made up this character called Big Man on Mulberry Street. And he walks by the coffee place, the espresso planing, waves at the old lady, and she waves back at him. And he yeah, I'm a big man on Mulberry Street. I'm a big shot. But he's not. He's just sort of a nebbish. And it's made for an interesting song.